Yo, what up guys, I'm Sammy and welcome back to the Soul Drop, and this is my performance review of the Puma Scoot Zero. So I'm sorry this review took so long. There's a lot of other shoes that came out that I wanted to try and also that I enjoyed playing in a lot more. So yeah, spoiler alert, I did not like this shoe. Right? So this is Scoot Henderson's signature shoe. I guess his first signature shoe, but they're calling it the Scoot Zero. So this is one of their cheaper or I guess cheapest shoes that they have, you know what I mean, for $100. And if you guys do want to cop, I'll try to leave in the link in the description box. But let's get it started right off with the Tracciones. And the Tracciones is doo-doo. It's booty cheeks. It's booty. It's not good. I don't know any other words I'm trying to think of other. It's just not. It's bad. Okay, so when I first got it, it was bad, right? And it just was not sticking. And then when it was clean, you know, like when it was raining, it was raining a little bit over the past like couple weeks to a month. And when I broke it in, it was biting a little bit. It was biting pretty well, but still like not even that well. You know what I mean? Like compared to, you know, like shoes that have amazing traction, top tier traction, like the AR1, the AE1, the GT Cut 3, GT Cut Academy, you know what I mean? Like, it's just not that nice. So on a clean court, I guess like if you're playing on a super clean, immaculate court, you should be okay, but still, like I said, it's not that amazing. And also, if you're playing on a dusty court, however, this shoe is a dust magnet. It picks up a lot of dust and it just slides like crazy, you know what I mean? And like, no matter how much I wiped, if there was dust, it just, I mean, it wasn't sliding around like crazy, but like even, it's just not a good bite. Compared to like the MB2, it's like it's biting a little bit. I guess it's still sliding a little bit, but it's just the dust just not good. You know what I mean? The performance was pretty dang bad. That's why I really didn't like playing this shoe, because I do play in like a dirtier court, you know? So yeah, that was bad. As far as durability goes, I mean, we had this herringbone traction pattern. So where the herringbone is, the rubber is really hard. The grooves are thick and deep. But where kind of like this part is, the rubber is really soft, you know, because the grooves are really thin. So just be careful with this part, I guess. I mean, this is a high wear area as well. I mean, you're putting like the most force and pressure when you're playing basketball is right here. So that also doesn't make sense. I don't know why you would do that, but I guess for the other part of the outsole, it'll be good for durability, but not here, which is the high wear area. So anyways, traction, doo-doo. And now moving on to the heel to toe transition, we had a nice curve shape and also fully exposed midsole, but this midsole is pretty stiff. So, but overall it feels pretty smooth here in the heel. And then moving here into the forefoot, we got a nice, like a little bit of a curve shape as well. And we do have a nice flexible forefoot. So it's a really like pretty dang smooth heel to toe transition. So when you're doing heel dominant strides down the court, it does feel very nice and smooth, right? Now moving on to the cushioning setup. So the cushioning setup is also doo-doo. Sorry, I won't say doo-doo anymore, but yeah, so they are using a Pro Foam EVA midsole, and they're saying it's high rebound, which is ridiculous. It's not there's no rebound. This is super stiff, you know what I mean? So there's no, like, there's not a lot of compression from the actual midsole either, that much. You know, it's like I said, it's stiff. The only thing that I like about this cushioning setup is the court feel. And I guess it's responsive, but that's not really hard to do. You can literally do that with rubber. So yeah, it's a responsive cushioning setup. And also, I guess the insole's okay, you know what I mean? But it's not even that nice, you know what I mean? Like, compared to other shoes, like the MB2, they have like a nice plush insole. This is a cheaper shoe, it's $100. So, I mean, that's why the insole isn't that nice. But then if you look underneath the insole, they're using like just traditional stroll board and it's super glued down. It's really, really stiff. So stepping comfort isn't nice. Impact protection also isn't that nice, especially like even in the forefoot, it's not nice. Like doing hard impacts hurt my feet. So yeah, the cushion is not nice, and especially compared to some of the, like a lot of the other shoes that I've been playing, especially, you know. So for example, like the AE1, it's like $20 more and you have still better court feel, but also better stepping comfort and impact protection, you know what I mean? Like, so yeah, this is a pretty big disappointment, especially comparing to, you know, like usually they do cushion pretty well for the Pumas, you know, like for example in the MB2, MB3, so it's nice plush foam, you know. With like nitro foam, this is pro foam, but yeah, it's not nice, right? So there's that. Moving on to the upper, so the quality also isn't very nice, but I do like how it feels on foot, you know? So here in the toe box, we have this like synthetic material. It just feels like super cheap, like in hand and also on foot. Usually I don't really care about material quality all too much, as you guys all know, but just like this is just pretty crappy, you know what I mean? Also here in the heel, we got this like just not nice, you know, just synthetic suede materials. But one thing I do like, however, is just like kind of like peach colored material, you know what I mean? So right here, it's like this textile material, I guess. And also for the tongue, I really like the tongue, however, right? It has a good amount of padding. It feels really plush and comfortable on top of my foot, so that felt nice. It was also it's a like half booty construction tongue, giving you a better overall one-to-one fit. But also here in the ankle area, there's like not that much padding, like comparing to like the MBs like have a good amount of padding. This, I would say, it's like an average amount of padding, but it's not super well padded, right? But yeah, here in the toe box, it's a thin material, however. It's thin, it's pretty flimsy, like I said, and quality isn't great, but it does conform to your foot pretty dang well. But also, it's not like the most supportive material, especially here in the toe box, which I don't like all too much. But like I said, I guess for $100 it's not bad, but like there's a lot of other shoes with a similar price point that have better quality materials. Like for example, the GT Cut Academy, I would say, has better quality materials, like especially like on foot. The AR1, you know, so there's that. Moving on to the fit. So I went up half a size, and this shoe fits me pretty dang well, right? So I went true to size for like the MB2, the MB3, but I went up half a size for the Scoot Zeros, and there is a little bit of space. I would say there's like, you know, like a centimeter of length, you know what I mean? But it's not that big of a deal. And I did like the overall fit here in the toe box. It is quite snug. Width-wise, I would say it's like a normal width. So overall, I did like the fit for me going up half a size. If you do want a super snug fit, I feel like going true to size, you should be fine, but I feel like it'll be a little snug, especially lengthwise. So for most people, I would suggest going up half a size, right? So there's that. Moving on to the support and lockdown. Support and lockdown was overall pretty good, right? For lateral containment, it actually wasn't terrible, but okay, so as far as like my foot coming out of the footbed, it wasn't really coming out of the footbed, right? So here in the forefoot, we have, I guess, like the rubber coming up a little bit, you know, but like I said, this material isn't super supportive. So I mean, I felt my foot coming out of the footbed, not that much, but like kind of stretching the material a little bit, you know what I mean? So it didn't feel super supportive for lateral movements here in the forefoot. And then here in the heel, you cover, you know, there is a very prominent, very stiff internal TPU heel counter. But the forefoot wasn't the best, and also, like I said, this material is pretty flimsy, not super supportive. So my foot was moving around inside of the shoe as well a little bit because of all this movement. Like nothing's really supporting the structure right here. So there is a good amount of movement, especially here, like in the midfoot area as well, like kind of right here. So yeah, that wasn't great for support. Lateral stability was okay, you know what I mean? It's not super wide either. I mean, like there's nothing really protruding out. You know what I mean? And that also was a problem with the MB2s and also the MB1s, you know? There's no outrigger. I don't know why they do that, you know what I mean? They do have a nice like outsole curvature on the MBs, but like there's no outrigger. So I feel like Puma should change their design a little bit and give us a wider base, you know? It's not like I was rolling my ankle or anything, but it's not the best for lateral stability either. So support and lockdown honestly wasn't the best either. So yeah, I mean, it's not looking too good for this shoe, you know what I mean? And now moving on to the weight of the shoe. Also, this shoe is not light. So it's freaking 14.5 ounces, guys. And Puma needs to do, like, Puma is like really bad for weight. I mean, okay, so Adidas is really bad for weight as well, right? They make like 15-ounce shoes like the AE1 and the Hardens, but they have nice cushion. They have nice cushion, it's plush, it's comfortable, and the traction's really good. So you don't even mind the weight that much in those shoes. Although, like, if it could be lighter, I would like that, you know? But this shoe is 14.5 ounces. That's freaking heavy, guys. And also, a lot of that weight is coming from the actual midsole, so it does feel pretty dang bottom heavy. Yeah, 14.5 ounces for the other shoe as well. The MB2, I feel like this is one of the lighter shoes, right? Yeah, 13 ounces. So yeah, this shoe feels heavy, especially bottom heavy, and also not responsive. The traction is really bad. The cushion, I guess cushion's responsive, but it hurts your feet, or at least it hurt my feet. And also the support wasn't great. Like I said, like my foot was moving inside of the shoe a little bit. So yeah, supporting lockdown, not the best. Now moving on to the ventilation, also not good. There's no ventilation really at all through this material. So yeah, it's a pretty warm shoe. Aesthetically, however, I feel like it looks so. I don't like this colorway, but some of the other colorways that came out, I feel like it looks okay. So the overall like design of the shoe looks pretty good. You know, I'll give it that. But it's also like not my favorite. So there's that. Tell us what you guys think of the aesthetics down in the comment section below. So wrapping things up, I really dislike playing in the shoe. I really did not like playing in the shoe. I really tried to break it in. And some days when it was like pretty dang clean, like humid on the court after it rained, I had some okay stops, you know what I mean? But like I said, like I had better shoes, like the AE1, the AR1, the GT Cut Academy, you know, the Wade Flash. There's just so many better options for traction, you know what I mean? And the cushions, not, like, you know, for $100, cushions suck still. Material quality isn't great, support's not great. So yeah, I just wouldn't, I can't recommend it to you guys. I really did not like playing in the shoe. And like I said, for $100, there's a lot better options out there. And even like if you want to spend a little bit more money, like 10, 15, 20 bucks, you get a way better shoe. For example, like the Kai 1, the Zap 1, the Jaw 1, Sabrina 1, you know what I mean? And if you want like a little bit cheaper shoe, like even the Giannis Immortality 3 is better than the shoe. Like the Giannis Immortality 3 is like 80 bucks, I think, right? I believe 90 bucks, something like that. So yeah, don't get this shoe. So anyways, that about concludes my performance review of the Scoot Zeros. If you guys do want to cop, I try to leave in the free link in the description box, although I would suggest you don't. But that about wraps it up. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.